vessel Toska, motor vessel Toska, vacate your engine room. Vacate your engine room. We're prepared to subject you to disabling fire.
West Asia on the cusp of an all-out war, Iran has fired a massive warning at the United States. A warning that could shatter the tense, fragile ceasefire and drag the entire region back to the edge of a full-scale war. A U.S. destroyer opened fire and then moved in to seize an Iranian-flagged cargo vessel in the Gulf of Oman. Tehran is now vowing a forceful, direct retaliation against Washington, a threat that is not just symbolic but also carries a lot of weight. Because Iran is actively building up its missile and drone arsenal, while stockpiling more advanced, deadly weaponry. As per a report by the New York Times, based on U.S. intelligence assessments, Iran has access to around 70% of its pre-war ballistic missile stockpiles and around 60% of its missile launchers, while Tehran, the report claims, also retains around 40% of its drone arsenal. The latest flashpoint is the Iranian vessel. According to the U.S. Central Command, the ship was sailing through the North Arabian Sea towards the Iranian port city of Bandar Abbas when it allegedly ignored repeated warnings for nearly 6 hours. The U.S. Navy's guided missile destroyer opened fire, targeting the vessel's engine room to bring it to a halt.
Motor vessel Toska, motor vessel Toska. Vacate your engine room. Vacate your engine room. We're prepared to subject you to disabling fire.
And soon after, the U.S. Marines boarded the ship, and the ship is reportedly under American control now. Iran, meanwhile, telling a different story. Iranian media claiming that naval units from the Revolutionary Guards responded swiftly and forced the U.S. destroyer to pull back. The U.S. has even released video footage of the operation, in fact. The visuals showing Marines launching from the amphibious assault ship USS Tripoli, flying over the open waters in a helicopter and then descending onto the cargo vessel. According to maritime tracking data, meanwhile, it had departed Malaysia's port just over a week ago and was heading straight to Iran. In a post on social media, the U.S. president defended the action, stating that the vessel attempted to breach a U.S. naval blockade. And according to him, the Navy issued clear warnings. That statement on your screen. He says when the crew refused to comply, force was used to stop the ship in its tracks. Iran, meanwhile, pushing back both militarily and diplomatically. A lot has been happening. A spokesperson for Iran's military command center has accused the U.S. of violating a ceasefire that has been in place since April 8 and warned of imminent retaliation. In fact, Iran's foreign ministry has accused Washington of repeatedly undermining the peace efforts. Listen to this.
What we've been dealing with are ceasefire violations during periods when the pause was supposed to hold, whether in Lebanon or in what they claim is a naval blockade of Iran, or even attacks on a commercial vessel. All of these are clear breaches of international law and the United Nations Charter, as well as direct violations of the ceasefire.
And China, meanwhile, expressed concern over the Iranian ship seizing incident, calling the U.S. move a forcible interception and urging all sides to return to dialogue before the situation slips further out of control. Back in Tehran, thousands gathered in support of the Iranian regime, with many openly voicing distrust of the United States and backing a strong response.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
We are not afraid of war. Even if not just one attack, but continuous attacks are carried out against our country, we will certainly move forward with greater strength and authority. But in my view, given the situation as it is developing, the United States and Israel have no option but to surrender to Iran's demands.
And with the military threats, the diplomatic accusations, public anger all intensifying, one thing right now is clear. West Asia stands at a dangerous crossroad. Moscow has confirmed that the India-Russia reciprocal exchange of logistical support agreement has entered into force. The discussion on the deal began back in 2018 and it was signed in February 2025. The agreement was ratified by the Russia parliament last December. It was then ratified by the Russian president just before his trip to India. Russia's official legal information portal has now confirmed that the deal is in effect and it entered into force on the 12th of January. The agreement basically is about military logistics and it is a technical deal. It lays out the procedure for troops, warships and military aircraft from India and Russia entering the other's territory. Under the agreement, up to 3,000 Indian troops can simultaneously be in Russia and vice versa. The deal also says 5 warships and 10 aircraft from both countries can be present in the other at any given point of time. While the foreign troops or warships and aircraft are in either country, the agreement lays out the obligations of the hosting nation and simplifies the process of how airspace and ports may be used. Indian and Russian troops or military vessels may be in the other nation for a number of reasons. The deal lists out the procedure to be used in the case of joint military drills and training exercises, or when the militaries are providing humanitarian assistance or relief during disasters, either natural or man-made. The agreement will be in force for 5 years, and if both nations agree, it can be extended for another 5. Russia is not the only country that India has a logistics agreement with. In 2016, India had signed the Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, the pact with the US. When the agreement came into force, the Indian government had also clarified that it did not allow for the establishment of any bases or basing arrangements. From Louisiana in the United States to India's Uttar Pradesh, 2 recent incidents involving fathers allegedly killing their own children have sent out shockwaves. Louisiana witnessed a ghastly crime as a person allegedly killed 7 of his own children and another minor inside his house. As per the police, the children's ages ranged from about 1 to 14. He also allegedly shot 2 other women. And after the shooting, he stole a vehicle and was killed when the police fired at him during the chase.
I can tell you the suspect in this case, Shamar Ed Elkins, has been identified. He is the father of 7 of the children that were killed in this house. There is an 8th child that was also killed, as well as the 2 females that were involved. Both of them had gunshot wounds.
Blood-stained doors marked the house at the center of the investigation as the police sealed off the street where the murders took place. And while the police are yet to ascertain the motive behind the murders, the Louisiana senator reportedly stressing on the need for more resources to combat domestic violence. As per the Gun Violence Archive, the U.S. has seen at least 119 mass shootings this year itself, resulting in 117 deaths and 458 injuries. Meanwhile, a group of more than 30 mourners gathered in a parking lot to honor the lives of the 8 children who were fatally shot. Meanwhile, another heart-wrenching incident unfolded in Kanpur in India's Uttar Pradesh. A medicine dealer by profession allegedly murdered his 11-year-old twin daughters by slitting their throat with a steel axe. The murders took place at the Trimurti apartments there, where they were staying for the past 7 years, reportedly. The police confirmed that he has been arrested and the bodies have been sent for post-mortem.
Suspect, who is the father, has been arrested. This case is being thoroughly investigated. As of now, the law and order situation is normal. Police officers are present at the scene.
It has been learned that the man himself informed the police after allegedly committing the murders. According to his wife, meanwhile, he often came home drunk and engaged in arguments and fights, reportedly. As per reports, a dispute arose between the two, even on the night of the killings. It is also suspected that the accused may have given his family sleeping pills before the incident, as his wife was also present in the same room at the time of the murder but was unaware of it, reportedly.